Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Okay, you can hear me. That's good.
Yep,
Yep.
I can hear you.
Oh, good.
Was that Noreen or Jean?
That was me. That was Jeannie.
Noreen.
Okay, so both of
Oh,
you.
both
Perfect.
of us.
Yes. Just be aware that we are recording, and this will be on our website eventually.
Okay. Hi, Francis.
Hi, good morning. I was
Morning,
on a minute ago.
everybody.
You couldn't, I could see you and hear you guys, but you couldn't hear me or see me, so.
I have to let you in, so I'm not the most adept at this, so I was struggling to figure out how to ask you a question, but
But now I'm in.
okay, good.
Morning.
And I see John is here.
Unmute.
Yeah, I'm going to ask him to unmute himself. Okay. John,
Okay.
can you? Yep, we can
Yeah.
hear you.
Perfect.
Okay.
Hi, John.
Everybody?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Just so that, I don't know if anybody missed me say this before, we are recording, and this will be posted on our website eventually. Our last meeting is up on our website now.
Good.
And it's 10:30 if we want to start.
Sure.
Getting all here.
I'm good.
Okay, so you want to, the agenda and the minutes were sent to everyone in advance of our last meeting. Okay, so let's just go ahead and start with the agenda. The first item on the agenda, this is the January 29th, 2021 Southold LDC meeting, our organizational meeting. The first item on the agenda is just a note that both John and Jean were reappointed through the town board. Oh, and you know what? I have to just remember to keep an eye. I thought that Sarah might be joining us, but I don't see.
Yeah, I know you said so to her, and I know that she sometimes does, so.
Yeah, so I didn't hear specifically that she was going to, but I just have to remember to keep an eye on the corner of the screen so she can get in. I can let her in if she joins. So you guys are reappointed, which is good.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Since this is our organizational meeting, we're going to go through a series of resolutions. The first one is the election of officers, and this just and Sarah is joining us. Perfect
Hi
timing.
there.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
Morning,
How's
Sarah.
everybody? There we go.
Good morning, Sarah.
Morning.
We just started, and I was just saying to everyone that both John and Jean were reappointed, and thank you for your assistance with
Oh,
that.
yeah, of course. Definitely. Congrats.
We're all grateful that they were reappointed.
Yes.
Yes. So the first item on the agenda is the election of officers, and that's just reconfirming the officers, and it gives us the opportunity if anybody wants to make a change in their positions. So I'm assuming that we're going to leave them all the same.
I'm okay
Okay.
Yep, I'm okay with that.
doing the same.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Was that a motion and a decision?
Well,
Does someone make a motion?
Yeah.
I'll move it.
Okay.
Who's
I'll
that? Francis?
second.
Francis.
Francis. and then Noreen.
Yeah, I'll second.
Okay, all, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. The next item is committee elections, and what we've done previously is appoint the entire board to every committee. So do we have a motion?
I'll move
So
it the
moved.
entire board. Yeah,
Okay, so, and a
I'll
second?
second. Noreen moves, I'll second.
I'll
Okay.
okay, I'll move.
Thank you, guys. Any questions? Ayes? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Any opposed? It carries. The appointment of corporate counsel. Just to alert everyone, we previously had used Lisa Cairo at Jaspin Schlesinger. Lisa has actually been elected to a judge position. And so we are going to use a woman whose name, I'm sorry, just flew out of my head. John, do you remember her name?
No, of course not.
Hold on, I have it right here. Let me just
Come
go.
on, I'm older than you are.
Simone Freeman. So Simone is going to be our attorney at Jaspin Schlesinger. So this resolution is to appoint corporate counsel. So do we have a motion?
So moved.
Lisa, it's Jeannie. I'll make a motion.
I'll defer to Jeannie.
Francis, would you like to
I'll
second that?
second.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any nays? Okay, carries. The next item is the appointment of your executive director. So that's me. If you want to keep me on, this is the opportunity to make some changes.
How'd that procurement go, Gene?
I motion to reappoint Lisa as the executive director.
Thank you, Noreen.
Second.
I'm happy to second that. Lisa, I've known you for a year now. You've been doing a great job and we appreciate your efforts.
Thank you so much. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Carries. Thank you, guys. I enjoy doing this. And then we have the next item is a series of required policies and items that we have to reaffirm annually. The first is, and John, do you think we should take each of these individually or should we do them as a chunk with one motion?
We've all reviewed them. We all know what they say. We're not making any changes to them. Let's just do one motion. I mean, we went through this 4 years ago, and I think we all looked them over and we're comfortable with them. So
And
I would like to do one motion if we could.
They are on our website, so they're all available at any time. But so just to go over them, it's the ethics, investment, conflict of interest, procurement, compensation, reimbursement, and attendance, defense and indemnification, disposition of real property, records retention, whistleblower protection, and then I included the prohibition of loans to officers because going forward, that is something that we're going to have to do annually. I know we just did it at our last meeting, which was just in November, but I figured just to keep it clean, we'd authorize that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
I think that makes sense. And just for the record, I mean, I think if anybody does have any discussion, has any reason to want to discuss any one of these, we can take them separately. But just for the record, I want it to be clear that we are certainly willing to discuss any item if anyone felt a need to do so. And
Does anyone have any questions or any items on that they want to go over in more detail?
No, I think Joe,
Okay.
we did go over each of these previously, so I think,
Right.
as John said, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm fine with that too.
I have
Do
no
we have a-
objections.
Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second,
That was Francis and Noreen, I think?
Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And we said no questions. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you. Those carry. Anything else that anyone wanted to bring up in this portion of our meeting?
I just wanted to also say for the record that the appointing of everybody to all the committees that the action we took earlier on the agenda is a function of the size of our board and the level of activity that we undertake. Is there anything you would add to that?
Francis, you actually bring up a good point. This just dawned on me. Jeannie, as our treasurer, I think it might be inappropriate for you to be on our audit committee. Because I think,
I would agree with that.
Mhm. So maybe we should go back and, Francis, thank you for saying that again. I think we should go back for the committee elections and have everybody be on every committee with the exception of Jeannie as treasurer shouldn't be on our audit committee. Does
I
that
agree with that.
work for everyone?
Yeah, I think that's sensible.
Yeah, I think that's appropriate.
Okay.
That's fine.
So do you need a motion? And
Yeah, let's redo that one.
so I'll move to for the revised amendment.
Okay, thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
A second.
Was that John?
Yes.
John was the first to second.
You're right here a third second.
It's like Jeopardy.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Days. Okay, that carries. Okay, so thank you. Moving on to the next portion of our meeting. The minutes were sent previously. Did anyone have any questions on those?
I read them and did not.
Okay,
Read them all, so I'm fine.
do we have a motion?
I'll make a
move.
motion to approve the meeting minutes of November 23rd.
Thank you, Jean.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Noreen. Any, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay. I just wanted to give a quick update on our audit. Everything has been provided to our auditors. Thank you, Jean. I know that was a heavier lift than normal with the two banks. So I appreciate all your efforts towards that. I think that we are on track to have our audit completed in time. They're working on it. And so I just wanted to give you an update on it. Did anyone have any questions on the audit process?
Is there, I don't recall from last year, is there a sort of a kickoff meeting with the auditors for the audit committee, or not necessary given the work that's already been done?
We can handle it however you'd like to. We haven't previously, but that's not to say that we can't. We've already sort of kicked it off in that we've provided them all the bank statements. They gave a list of items. I think I shared it with the group that they wanted when I sent around their contact information in case anyone had any fraud concerns. So
That would have been the step to, yeah.
yeah,
And if that's covered, then I don't feel a need to have a separate meeting on it, but yeah, as long as that was covered.
okay. Yep. So, and if anyone has any concerns, you have their contact information, separate from me, just so you can reach out to them directly. And I'm glad to be involved if that facilitates, and do not need to be involved if you're not comfortable with that. So
Will they circulate a draft to all of the board members?
as soon as I have a draft, I will definitely
So
get
they'll go
it.
to you and then out to us?
I'm not sure how they're going to handle it, but if I get it, I'll share it with everybody. And if they send it to everybody, then you'll have it. So I don't expect that that's going to happen. Probably not for about another month, because we did just get them.
Yeah.
We just got them the information, and I know that this is auditing time for them. So for all auditors, so they have a lot going on. And then I also know that all of this PPP loans have
Oh my
accounting
God, that's right.
firms running around a
Restacked
little
it a
crazy.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah, that's been a
And-
mess.
And we are a small project for them. So I think we're probably going to get, squeezed in what they can get to us because we're certainly a smaller audit.
As long as we can meet our required obligations of
March 31st, I think will be
Yeah.
perfectly fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which kind of segues, unless there's anything else that anyone wanted to talk about with the audit, segues into the next item, which is the our Paris. So I'm starting that process. I will be sending out requests to our projects. And again, that ties in with the audit. Some of the information that goes into Paris, you have to have the audit done in order to do. So I feel confident that we'll be able to have all of that. I should knock on wood because I probably said the exact same thing last year and then COVID
Yeah.
happened and everything went upside down.
When is Paris due? Is that June?
March 31st.
March 31st. That's
Yeah.
odd. Okay.
It's Paris. If you want to see odd, go into Paris and look at the way you have to navigate it. It's
So
an unusual.
cumbersome.
It's just March 31st I mean, that's a very relatively brief period of time for the audit to be prepared. But again, you're right. Our audits are very simple.
And I think we're going to be perfectly fine with it. I don't suspect that we're going to have any issue at all getting it in on time. Famous last words.
Yeah. But the system is really arcane.
It's terrible. There's things that are highlighted perpetually that catch your eye and you think, did I not just do that? Why is that highlighted again? Oh no, you did it. It just stays like that forever. It's just, and that's the smallest piece of how odd
Yeah.
it is. But the next item on the agenda is board assessments. Thank you. I have been getting them in. So anyone who hasn't gotten them to me, if you would just get it over, that would be great.
Mine's in the envelope.
Okay, I'll keep an eye out for it.
In the mail.
And that also needs to be sent to the ABO. Just, I don't send your individuals, I send I take everybody's information and put it together in an average and give them that information. So that's gonna go over to the ABO as well, along with some required documents that we have to post and
Just out of curiosity's sake, when you do that average, you just share it with the other members?
of course.
Thank you. I'm curious.
Yeah, definitely. That's, I don't think that'll be,
No, I don't think it will be either, but I would like to see it if I could.
yeah.
It'd be good to know
And
if we have any issues. Yeah, I hope we don't, but it'd be good to know if we have any issues. And I've
John, if
always
you'd like,
felt very comfortable with this board and that everybody's been fairly assiduous about their tasks and duties. So I'd like that, if that's confirmed by the average, that'd be good to know. And if it's not, it's also good to know. Thank you.
I can certainly do that. The next item on the agenda, I just wanted to give the board an update on our banking. I haven't received it yet, but that's probably because everything goes to the town and then the mail gets forwarded to me. So it adds a layer of time onto it. But I did find out through another avenue that B&B Bank, which is where we are banking, is merging with Dime Community Bank. The name is going to change from B&B to Dime. I don't think we're going to have a major impact, but I certainly don't know for sure. The little bit that I've read about online and in the papers indicates that the CEO of B&B is going to stay on. And so I think we're going to have continuity. But having said that, I suggest that we update our banking resolution. Maybe we could say something along the lines of banking with B&B or its successor or assignees. And that sort of covers us, and because this merger is proposed, hasn't gone through yet, I don't believe. And
Closes at the end of this month.
okay, like tomorrow, today?
It should be, yeah. I think it's scheduled to close at the end of the month.
Okay, so it's up to you guys how you want to handle it. I figure if we do that, that keeps us covered, or we could just change it to Dime with the assumption that it's going to happen in the next day or two.
I
don't
like
think-
your approach, but go ahead. Sorry, Jean.
No, not at all, Francis. Go ahead, continue.
I was just going to say, I mean, that covers having the resolution read in that manner certainly covers any eventuality. If there's a delay in the closing or there's a subsequent merger,
Correct.
which could
I
That
agree with
happens
that.
with banks.
Next dime buys JPM. I know.
Yeah, right.
We got to be ready for this. Yeah, I
Jane,
think I agree with Francis that we do it the way you proposed, which is just add successors and assigns because it covers all the contingencies and we're covered.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Okay, so I think we should probably do a motion because we're updating our resolution.
So moved.
Thank you, Francis.
Second.
Thank you, John. All in favor?
I,
Opposed? Okay, it carries. The next item on the agenda is a legislative update. I just wanted to make sure that everybody was aware. I think we may have discussed this last year, but I just want to restate this, that the legislation has changed. So now the comptroller's office can audit LDCs. And so this happened December of 2020. So it's been a full year, and they hadn't really been taking any action. They now have this power. They weren't really doing anything with it, but there has been an uptick in LDC audits. I can tell you there are at least 2 LDCs on Long Island that I'm aware of that are being and or about to be audited through the comptroller's office. And although we are a very small organization, at least one of the other LDCs is bigger than us, but not that much bigger. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys were aware. I suspect that it's I'll say luck of the draw, maybe not really luck, but a luck of the draw. So just be aware that it is something that certainly could happen. So I just wanted to alert you to that although the power has been available to the comptroller's office for a year, they are actually acting on that power.
Okay, thank you.
So actually it was December 2019.
2019?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, it was a year. If it's over a year.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You're right. You're 100%. As I was saying that, it just doesn't feel right, but you're right. It was December of 2019 that the power was, that the legislature gave them that power. And now it's been a full year that they've had that ability, and they have started taking advantage of that power.
Oh boy.
You know one of the LDCs is being audited, right?
I happen to know that LDC very well because I have a different hat that I wear, that I am the CEO of that LDC
Whoa.
also.
All
So,
right, well, it'd be good for you to tell us how arduous a process it is.
I actually have a conference call next week with the CEO of one of the other LDCs that is being audited. They're further along in the process, so just to get a feel as to what it is that they're looking for, if they have a focus. So I will certainly keep you posted as this progresses. But I just, I wanted to let you know that it is a possibility, and
Okay.
and just be aware.
Well, fortunately, we have nothing to worry about. It's just an additional administrative burden.
It's really, honestly, I agree 100% with you. And anything, they always find something because that's their job as auditors. But
Right.
anything that they find, I feel like it just makes the organization stronger. So it's it is what it is. But
Right.
and it's there for a reason, because there are situations where there are things that people don't want to bring forward. It's not the case here, but so that's why it exists, and that's why it's a process that you go through periodically.
Yep.
So I'm not concerned about it. I just wanted to make sure that you were aware in case we do get our name gets pulled, just that you're not caught off guard by the possibility of it, because it is a relatively new power. Does anyone have anything else?
No, I wish I could tell you we have a new project or something,
Yeah,
but
no, I don't think we've been very successful at
well,
finding new
I think
projects
people
to
have been
get
pretty
circumstances.
distracted. I'm sure you saw that San Simeon, now has, they had a stellar record on COVID up until
Oh,
recently, but sadly, they too have, are experiencing difficulties. So eventually we'll go back to them when I
Yeah.
think COVID dies down a bit.
What did CAST finally do? Does anybody know?
What was that, John?
What
What
did,
did CAST finally do? We're not gonna work with CAST, right? That seems pretty
No.
clear.
I think we
Okay.
found, yeah, I think that was, I think early on, it just was not the right fit
Okay,
for either of us.
that's fine. All right, so
I
we'll
left-
keep listening, keep our ears open.
I left it with them that if things change, we are available. So
Yeah.
it's always the case.
Okay.
So
Okay.
the only, our next meeting is going to be our audit committee and audit meetings. I think we should wait until we're a little bit closer. We have the audit completed before we schedule that, but that's going to be sometime before March 31st. So when we get closer, I will reach out to everybody and we can work on scheduling it.
great.
As soon as we have a draft in hand, we can start to think about it. Yeah, I think it's good.
Definitely. There's a little bit that needs to be done after we get the draft for Paris. So I'll need a little bit of time after that, just because there's no point in having a meeting and then having another meeting to
Right.
approve Paris. Yeah, we should do it all at once. But as soon as we have it, and once you certify Paris, once we have the meeting, you go through everything, you certify it. It's a matter of me clicking a couple of buttons to get it in. So we have time, and even if we had a meeting towards the end of March, it's still perfectly fine to get it all over to the ABO in time.
Okay, well,
Oh,
thank you.
good, good.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, everybody. So do we have a motion to close the meeting?
Oh.
I don't know. Is there anything else?
I'll move to close, yes. No, not from my end. I make a motion to adjourn,
I'll second.
but it was nice to see everyone.
It is nice to see everyone. This works very well, actually. It was a pleasure.
Yeah.
John, you have to get on camera next time.
I'm sorry, who
My
seconded
camera's
that?
supposed to be working, so I'm sorry it's not.
Oh,
Shutter, your shutter on the camera is closed, but
It could be.
well-
Let me see.
although your name is showing, so it probably, you might have not have started the video at the beginning of the call, but
Yeah, I may not have. I thought I did. All right, sorry about that, everybody.
oh, there's
Who's Jean?
I need a haircut. That's why I didn't want it. Oh,
John.
yeah.
you. Nice
I-
you
I-
and me.
feeling
Bye.
But I'm sorry, was that Francis who seconded that? I didn't catch
Yes,
that.
it was Francis.
Okay, thank you so much. You guys have a wonderful day. Stay
Great.
warm.
Yes,
Thank
we
everyone.
will.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Pleasure to see you all. Bye.